Alright, so we're back at it for another day. We're doing some disking. We've just basically this whole field. We got a little wedge here to do. But something looks a little crooked. The real question is, how many more acres till that breaks off? So that's what we're seeing. But, you know, it is what it is. They injected some stuff on this field. They bring it in and inject it. I gotta work in what's left. But yeah, so anyways, that's what we got going on. It's working up really nice. We just got done getting 2 inches of rain, so yeah, you know, I think I talked about that before we planted, or I was planting. But yeah, we ended up with 2 inches. They told us it was gonna be a ½ inch, maybe a quarter. Ended up with 2, so you know, it is what it is. But I do remember why I like doing field work with a 4-wheel drive articulate, especially when they've injected some stuff in the ground. This thing will get caught in them, and maybe it's just this tire width on the front of this thing or what, but you spend all day pulling the front end out of where it drops in, and this thing will just suck into the next rut. So yeah, I'd take my 4270 back any day. So, but it's working up really nice. No dust, lots of moisture, so can't complain too much. Got the windows open. It's, I don't know, 60 degrees out. We got a 15-20 mile an hour wind. Can't do any spraying, so yeah, we're up here doing this. Otherwise, I would be spraying. That's what I came up here for. So yeah. But looks like we need to get a new muffler for this tractor. I don't know. It's working really good. I'd go back to my 4-wheel drive. So once you work ground with one of those, you never really want to go back. And if you do, then you need your head checked. So, anyways, yeah, we're gonna keep rolling. And we got about another probably 20 acres to work. So we're gonna get that knocked down hopefully tonight and move on to the next task. Well, made it to the end. Only blackened the hood a little bit, but it's still on there, so you know, is what it is. Yeah, got it all done. There's 50-ish acres here, I think is what it works out to. So, I don't know. Not too bad, I don't think, for 24-foot disc and coming out here about 1. It's not 7, so I don't know how many acres that works out. Acres an hour that works out to. Also, the tractor is a little underpowered. Probably not really, but the bigger problem is that I was trying not to windrow this thing, and this disc loves to do that. Right in the middle, on the back. So, yeah. But you know, it is what it is. We'll survive. Let's go home though. It is a beautiful day. Wish I was spraying, but wind's blowing mock Jesus, so it is what it is. This thing's finally cooled down enough. So, let's roll. Alright, so we're back at it for another day. It's been, I was just trying to think about this, probably 5 days since we planted. We ended up getting 2 inches of rain on our little rainstorm that I was talking about. Yeah, I was not really expecting that. They were forecasting a ½ inch, and we ended up with 2. So, you know, usual weatherman things. But we are back out here. We're getting started. Got that thing fired up, that fired up. We'll see what happens. You know, who knows what it'll do after 5 days of sitting and 2 inches of rain. If I knew we were getting 2 inches, I probably would have parked it inside. We left it out because I kind of expected to be out here the next day. They weren't really 100% sure on what we were going to get for weather, so I kind of expected to keep planting. But we've got the sprayer moved up to Rothbury. I don't even know where I've left off with everything. Shoot, I got to figure out where I'm at out in this field too. 2 inches of rain will get rid of your marker lines, so looks like somewhere down that way, actually. So, all right, I got to figure some stuff out. All right, so we're just gonna get out and check everything since it's been a few days. Looks like really these drag chains, which, you know, I really like them when I'm in some tilled ground, but at the same time they get caught up quite a bit running the spiked closing wheels. So I don't know, but everything looks good. It looks like it was dragging up is why, but yeah, I don't know, maybe we'll do a little digging. But yeah, I mean, row cleaners were row cleaning is what it looks like from the cab, but I wasn't 100% sure, so I figured I should probably check. We might actually take a little pressure off of it because this one looks like it's cutting deep, so. But got plenty of moisture out here. So let's see what we find. Might be a touch on the tacky side. We're well, maybe we're planting. Monitor says we are. This one. Let's see. Definitely got enough soil moisture, so maybe I just need to dig deeper. It's kind of tough digging, actually. Too much moisture. Alright, let's get a tool out here and dig. Come on. There we go. All right. They're right over here. So, I don't know if you can even see that. There's a soybean there. So yeah, we're in the ground, planting. Really and truly, I haven't had any problems with it not planting, so. Everything looks good. We're doing a good job. Plenty of moisture, that's for sure. Probably touch on the too much side, but it is May 25th, 26th. So yeah, anyways, we're gonna keep rolling. It is Memorial Day, so we're gonna try to peel out of here early. Really the goal is to get that to Rothbury and planting. So we're gonna switch it back over to corn. Go to plant corn and hopefully plant some beans later today. Well, no, my bad. We're planting beans now. There's a deer just cruising across the field right there. So glad that's neighbor's, not mine. But anyways, it's enough rambling. All right, so we're back at it, and yeah, we're planting green. I don't know, accidentally. We really even shouldn't have this rye out here, but there's that. So it's going really well, actually. I don't have anything falling that's a plus. But yeah, this was supposed to be just a cover crop of wheat and barley and maybe some tillage radishes. And the only thing I can figure is I had combined some rye before I combined the wheat and barley, and it ended up in my combine. It's all I can figure, but I also think there's a lot more of it out here than there should be, so who knows. But yeah, anyways, we gotta make a corner. Never gotten more lost in a field than this field. Every time I spray it, I get lost, and something about it. There's not a straight edge on it, as you can see here. There's not a single straight edge. So I think I plant this thing different every time I get out here, so that's cool. But this seems to be the right angle. Going off, this is the straightest edge right here, so going off of that, usually I'll like just pick a tree and aim towards that, and maybe someday that'll steer this thing and I won't have to worry about it. So progress, right? That's what we call progress. But yeah, so anyways, we're out here planting some green stuff, or some corn, into some standing cover crop. I did spray this already. I don't know if you're supposed to spray it after you plant or before you plant, but we hit it with some Roundup, like 2 quarts to the acre, because rye is really hard to kill. From everything I've dealt with in red, so going with a heavy shot and some atrazine in there as well, because it's going into corn. Hopefully that'll help, but you never know. So we're just gonna see what happens. If I gotta come back in here with something else and hit it again, I will. I don't mind planting into this, really and truly. The planter seems to go through it good, but it's got to die before anything. We have done this with beans before, and I didn't like the experience. The outcome is really what I mean. It just didn't seem to, the stand wasn't there. Plants didn't grow. It was like 20 bushel less than the other half of the field. So we had turned some stuff from, there was 2 fields that we turned into one, and we planted half of it into a cover crop. Then the other half was just regular tillage, and yeah, that was the last time I decided we were doing that. So, but here we are, accidentally again, so it is what it is. Sure is a pretty sight back there though. Looks, but I should really clean my window.